We talk a lot about how this place is like a family, and this morning we have some heartbreaking news about someone who is very dear to us here at Today.
So let's take a deep breath. With profound sadness, we share this morning that Uche Ojeh, the husband of our dear friend and Today co-host Sheinelle Jones, has passed away after a courageous battle with an aggressive form of brain cancer called glioblastoma. There are no words for the pain that we feel for Sheinelle and their 3 young children. Uche was an incredible person. We all loved him. And so we want to take a moment to tell you more about the remarkable man who was Sheinelle's perfect partner in life.
Those of us who work alongside Sheinelle every day know her infectious laugh and that brilliant smile that lights up our studio every morning. A light that would grow even brighter every time she spoke about her husband of 17 years, Uche. He was her perfect match. A man whose joyful spirit and quiet strength complemented Sheinelle in every way. Their love story began at Northwestern University in the late 90s, when Sheinelle, then a freshman, offered to show the visiting high school senior around campus. After 8 years of dating, Uche proposed on their alma mater's campus in the middle of a rainstorm. The couple married in 2007 in Sheinelle's hometown of Philadelphia, and went on to welcome 3 children, first Kyan and then twins Clara and little Uche. Over the years, Uche built a successful career in consulting. But family, friends, and his deep and abiding faith were always his true north. He was an enthusiastic soccer player, sang at his church choir, and was devoted to his Nigerian heritage, instilling in their children a deep connection to their cultural roots. 2 years ago, when Sheinelle completed her first marathon, Uche was there at the finish line, his pride evident in his beaming smile, just as she cheered him on when he completed a triathlon. Little moments that captured the essence of their partnership, celebrating each other's victories, big and small. Uche was the kind of person who brought light, warmth, and joy to every room. Today, with heavy hearts, we celebrate his life, devoted husband, loving father, and a man whose generosity of spirit touched all who knew him.
Today has come out to announce the very devastating news that Uche Ojeh, Sheinelle Jones' husband of 17 years, has died following a long battle with brain-related illness. He was 45 years old. Sheinelle and Uche's love story began at Northwestern University in the late 1980s when Sheinelle, then an 18-year-old freshman, offered to show a visiting high school senior around the campus near Chicago. They were together for 8 years before Uche Ojeh proposed on that same campus of their alma mater. They married in September 2007 in Philadelphia and Sheinelle's hometown, and welcomed their oldest son, Kyan, in August 2009. Their twins, son Uche and daughter Clara, came 3 years later in July 2012. For Uche's family, friends, and his the deep sense of faith were his guiding forces. You know, he was devoted to his African Nigerian heritage, instilling their children a deep connection to their cultural roots. The Today family is honoring the life of Uche, the devoted husband, a loving father, and a man whose bright spirit touched everyone who knew him. It's really very sad, man, because no one would ever want to lose a husband at such a very young age. And of course, one thing, you know, they always talked about him, that he talked about God. He loved the kids, he loved his family, and of course one time he said that he loved those kids more than anything else in this world. And he was just so proud. He was that dad that was so on the sideline at every soccer game. He was always at all concerts, the recitals. He was that guy, and they had such a very beautiful love story. We are sending our deepest condolences to Sheinelle and of course the Today family came out and honored the life of Uche, a devoted husband, a loving father, and a man whose bright spirit touched everyone who knew him. Rest in power, King.